We continue to examine Roman contributions to our lives. To those who chose to live in the cities of the Roman Empire, they were treated to large-scale entertainment, like gladiator combats at the Colosseums or theater performances at amphitheaters, or chariot races at the Circus Maximus. Juvenal believed that these games were a way of distracting the public from seeing the collapse of Rome. He called them bread and circuses. He posed the question, who watches the watchmen? We can see the life of the Romans in unearthed towns like Pompeii, which had been buried in a shell of volcanic ash since 79 AD. When chipped away, it's almost perfectly preserved from its colors to running water. The Romans left us a legacy of art, first by reproducing Greek statues, but then by adding in Roman practicality and realism into the forms. The Romans excelled at architecture, perfected vaults, perfected domes, and the arch. Their engineering skills built theaters and baths and roads and bridges and the aqueducts. Some sources say there were 50,000 miles of road in the empire, which also made it easier for the Germanic tribes to find Rome in the end. Writers like Virgil romanticized Rome's past through the Aeneid, giving Rome a deeper meaning to its own founding, a manifest destiny. Horace pointed out the shortcomings of the human race and the empire in his books, and Livy wrote Roman history to also justify the same purposes, romanticizing the virtue of Rome's founding destiny. The Romans gave us numerals, the alphabet with upper and lowercase symbols, the creation of daily events on slabs that mirrored modern news, gutters and sewage, surgical tools, concrete, bound books, our judicial and governmental systems, the Julian calendar with leap years, three-course meals, and socks for our feet. Roman life based around the family, blood and adopted, was an important concept. Family was headed by a dominant male or paterfamilia, and included wives and sons, daughters and slaves, and members of the working class that were being patroned by the family in return for loyalty, service, and favors. Roman boys were to carry on the Roman culture by learning reading and writing, ethics, law, and training for future careers. Boys became men at 16 with a toga ceremony. Girls were educated if they came from the upper class, but still expected to marry by 12 or 14 through an arranged marriage. They were also required to have male chaperones present at all events, but eventually they'd have the rights to own, sell, and inherit property. However, women were segregated from men in public events, but they didn't have to stay home like women in Athens.